What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got another 2021 Grand Cherokee L, but this is the Overland version of it. So as of right now, if you've seen my channel, I've pretty much reviewed every single Grand Cherokee L trim level that there is. The only one that I have left to do is the Summit Reserve, which will be coming shortly. So if you're looking at this from right here, from the exterior, obviously the shape and everything looks exactly the same. There are small touches in the front and in the interior and the wheels, of course, that make it different from the other trims. And of course, if we look at the front, there are a bunch of different things, different changes compared to the other Grand Cherokee L trim levels, such as the bottom portion. If you notice on the Limiteds and the Summits, there's kind of like a chrome accent piece that goes all the way around. This one does not have it. Instead, it has this opening right here for obviously airflow. And if we look right above that, this one does have tow hooks in chrome, of course. These are vertical. Typically on the older Grand Cherokees they were horizontal, but on these apparently they're better like this, so they're vertical, and you have chrome that goes all the way around, which looks really nice. So it's all boxed into one area. And also, if you've noticed, even on the Laredos and other trim levels, the fog lights are kind of like a horizontal line that goes across like this. But on these, I'm guessing because this whole middle part is different, they are just, you know, normal circle, square ones, whatever you want to call it. They are LED, of course, still. And I think this one looks better with the tow hooks, but you guys let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. And of course, this does have the exact same front LED headlights with the chrome that goes all the way around. And of course, nothing in the grille has changed. The same 7-slot grille. You've got your forward-facing off-road camera with the washer, so if it does get dirty, you can definitely clean it. On this particular one, this does have the night vision camera, which I'll show you. It's a really cool feature. And of course, just because the Grand Cherokee Ls do have a ton of safety features, standard, you do have your front integrated sensors you see there and on the rear bumper. Taking a look at the Overland from the side view, it's completely the same as the other trims, of course. The difference on this is that it has different wheels, and I actually like these wheels better compared to like the Limiteds or even the Summits. Also, because the Overland comes with the air suspension, the Quadra Lift air suspension, you can actually go through fording water of up to 24 inches. And once you raise the vehicle fully on the suspension setting, you're gonna have a ground clearance of about 10.9 inches. I'll get to the wheels in a second, but of course, you've got your iconic Grand Cherokee badging right there. And then your side mirrors also have the chrome built-in turn signals, your side view camera, and then of course your light, entry exit light for nighttime. And similar to the Summits, you do have the chrome that goes all the way around in the nice design in the rear, which I'll show you again. But of course the bottom part is all blacked out, along with your blacked out roof rails with some chrome in there as well. Now, these are 20-inch polished aluminum wheels, which have the black inserts, which looks absolutely beautiful. Just the design on these look really nice. And compared to the Summits, where it's, I believe it's all fully chromed out if you've seen my other videos on the Summit. But this one I prefer much more. Coming over to the rear, nothing has really changed within the trim levels. It's completely the same. This is the trim that I was talking about, the silver trim that goes all the way around in the nice design. You've got your Jeep logo at the back, the Grand Cherokee L logo 4x4, and because this is the Overland, you will get the Overland badging. And up top, you have this nice spoiler which is on all the vehicles with your brake light, and then the rear camera with the washer. And then this camera, the rear view camera, is washable as well. And just like the Limiteds and even the Summit models, you've got your dual exhaust, the chrome tips. These ones are exposed compared to the Laredos and the Altitude, where it's hidden underneath. This one I prefer much more. And then you've got more chrome that goes along here, and then your tow group and your hitch hidden underneath here. And just like the rest of the Grand Cherokee Ls, this also has the 3.45 rear axle ratio. And also, this is a Hemi engine, so with that you have a towing capacity of a maximum of 7,200 pounds, which is crazy. And just like the front bumper, you also have the parking sensors for the rear integrated into the back bumper. And if we enter into the rear, this is a power liftgate, which is very convenient to have, of course. The interior layout is exactly the same as the other trim levels. You've got your speaker system here. This does have the 19 Macintosh sound system, which sounds absolutely stunning. You've got your close button for the power tailgate, some grocery hooks on both sides. And just like the Summits, this also has power folding seats on the rear, third row, and the middle row right there. And of course, you've got a 12-volt adapter in the rear and some space to put whatever you need to. Underneath this whole carpeted area, you do have some space just like the other trim levels. And in this section right here, you do have your roadside kit for emergencies and all that stuff. And if you haven't seen my Summit video, this is a very, very convenient thing to have. So for example, it'll show like 2L, 2R, that means just left and right. So if we do 3L, which is the back row right here on this side, so if I press that, it's gonna power fold. This is so convenient, and it'll actually just fold both if you press the 3R as well. And the back seats fold back up. The middle seats do not. You will have to do them manually, but these back ones, if I just press this, it will start folding up again, and same with the other one. Very, very nice. And here's the key for the Grand Cherokee L models. You've got the unlock, lock button, remote start, tailgate open, panic button, and then you've got the nice Jeep logo in the rear. Something cool about the Grand Cherokee Ls is that on all of the doors, you'll notice this little pattern here. I'm not sure if you can see it. You can lock the vehicle and unlock the vehicle from any handle on the rear, which is really cool. So if I just press this, it's gonna lock the vehicle and have the key with you, hand underneath, and it unlocks it. To open your tailgate, you're gonna just double tap and it opens it for you. If you wanna close it, double tap and hold it, and it'll shut it for you, which is very, very convenient just from the key fob. And to hear what this beautiful Hemi sounds like, you're gonna double tap, give it a second, and the V8 Hemi comes to life. And like I mentioned, this does have the 5.7 Hemi V8 engine, which is gonna give you 357 horsepower with 390 foot-pound of torque. You can also get the Overland in the 3.6 V6 Pentastar engine, which both of these are 8-speed automatic transmissions. With the V6, you're only gonna get 293 horsepower with 260 foot-pound of torque. Coming into the rear of the Grand Cherokee L Overland, you can see here, this material is all blacked out. You can get other options, which I'll cover in a second, but you've got this nice looking wood on here, the trim that goes all the way along in the vehicle. On the Summits, it was a little bit of a different shade, but I prefer this one. And of course, you've got leather up top here. You've got manual window shades on both windows in the rear, of course. You've got a ton of leather all across, and then kind of like a piano black trim that goes along the controls. Speakers, of course, for your Macintosh system, and then small space to put a cup holder or whatever you need. So in the rear, this is a 6-passenger layout. You've got 2 captain chairs, and then of course 2 in the rear. Now these seats are obviously fully blacked out with the white stitching, and these are very, very comfortable. Even though they're 2 captain seats and it's a 3rd row, you would think that Jeep would compromise on somewhat of the quality and the comfortability inside of this Grand Cherokee L, or in general, but they haven't. It stayed the same even in the front and in the rear and in the 3rd row. And even though this one is a 6-passenger, if you do end up building a fresh factory order, and this is in Canada, by the way, I'm not talking about the US because they have a little bit of different stuff. Right now, I believe if you do a fresh factory order, you can only get it with the 7-seater, so a seat in the middle as well. I don't think they have this option, or unless you find it somewhere else that somebody already has, or they might release the 6-passenger option later on. But right now, if you do a fresh factory order, you're gonna get the 7-passenger seating by default. You're not gonna have an option for 6. And to get into the rear, there's 2 ways to do it. So obviously the first way is right here. You're gonna lift this, and that little orange thing right here tells you that the seat is unlocked. You pull it forward and you have access to the rear, of course. Like I was saying, these seats are also very, very comfortable. On both sides, you've got USB ports, normal one, Type-C. Both sides, they haven't forgot about the rear passengers, cup holders in the rear, and all of that good stuff. And this Overland is equipped with the interior rear facing camera. It's called the Fam Cam, which I'll show you in the front screen. This is a very cool option to have, especially if you have a family and you want to check up on the kids that are sitting in the back. So the second way that you can fold these seats forward is if you just press this, that will fold over, and then all you're going to do is just press this or lift this again, and then with your other hand you're going to lift this part and all the way up. Also, just like any other vehicle, on the driver and passenger side, you've got netting in the back here for small things, paperwork or all of that. In the center, you've got 2 cup holders, you've got a 115-volt plug in the rear, and then more USB ports, normal ones and Type-C. You've got venting, and then an actual secondary temperature control, cooling and heating for the rear passengers. These 2 seats right here are heated seats, which you can see right there. Heading over to the front driver's side, again, everything is exactly the same as the rear doors. You've got the nice wood trim here, lots of leather here, more piano black, of course, and then some space here, cup holder space. You've got your Macintosh speaker sound system right there. This does light up in the blue, which you can see, which is really nice. And then up top, you've got your memory seats, of course, and this one also has massage seats for the both driver and passenger. Also, you've got your window controls and then your side mirror controls right there. So as for the interior options and colors that you can get, like I was mentioning, you can get, obviously the standard is the Napa leather, which you're looking at right now. You can get the black on black, which this Overland has right now, or you can get the black with steel gray. The main difference from this Overland and a Summit is on the Summits, I'm not sure if you've seen the video, but if you have, it had kind of like a diamond stitching around the edges and all along here. This one, of course, does not have that, so that's the only difference from the seats. As for the seats themselves, again, they're very comfortable. You've got this nice bolstering here. These are heated and cooled seats. Amazing to have. You've got the Overland hitched right into it, and this thing right here, your headrest, is four-way adjustable, so you can have it kind of on any angle and you just push it all the way down to reset it. As for the seats, both seats, the driver and passenger, are 12-way adjustable. Very cool, and obviously a very convenient feature to have. And you've got more of that gloss black trim around there. On the door sill, you've got this nice plaque with Jeep written on it. You've got your foot pedals, nothing too fancy. This one does have the ambient LED lighting, so at nighttime you will have lighting. I'm sure you can see this right here, the blue light that goes all the way along inside of the vehicle, and you can change the colors as well. Above your foot pedals, you've got your hood latch release, electronic parking brake, and then your lighting controls with your fog lights in the middle, and then your dimmer for the gauge cluster and all of that. Your steering wheel is power adjustable. And when you go ahead and enter the Overland, it's just pure luxury. As you've probably seen on my other Grand Cherokee L videos, you've got all of this leather dashboard, which looks absolutely stunning. And then you've got your Macintosh speakers here, middle, and in that corner down there. And you've got more of this hard leather along with this beautiful wood trim that goes all the way along the whole vehicle. And the other side, of course, just looks very stunning. Of course, in the center, you've got your gauge cluster. You can do a bunch of different things. I'm going to show you something cool in this one that this has, which was the night camera, the night vision camera, which I'll show you in a second. Your steering wheel is leather wrapped, looks really cool. And then you've got more of that wood trim along with this gloss black, piano black trim that goes all the way along. And even your controls are piano black, which is cool. You've got the controls here for your center gauge cluster, your Bluetooth here, your cruise control settings and adaptive cruise and all of that, and then cruise control you've got right there. In the center here, you've got the Jeep logo in the black, piano black background, which looks nice. And then on this one as well, you've got paddle shifters on both sides. To the left of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your high beams and indicators, and to the right, you've got controls for your windshield wipers, front and rear. So like I've shown you in my other Grand Cherokee L videos, you can do a lot of customization here. So right now you're seeing the speed and then the tach meter. So if I go ahead and hold OK, it's gonna switch to an analog setting, which is, you know, so much better. I think it just shows the whole thing in there. This, in my opinion, looks way better than the little circle things. You can do a lot of different things. So if I press down, you can see your tire pressure, coolant temperature, and all of that. You can also have, this one has your navigation in the center screen, so you don't have to look over here. It's right in front of you, very convenient. And of course, you've got other off-road options and stuff like that, so very customizable, and whatever you want to have in front of you, you can just do that. So in terms of the safety features that this comes with, it's very similar or identical actually to the other Grand Cherokee L trim levels. So you can get things like active lane management assist, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, advanced brake assist, blind spot and rear cross path detection, full speed warning, so if you're going fast and you're not paying attention, the car has your back. You've also got park sense front and rear assist sensors. I've shown you the sensors built into the front and rear bumpers, pedestrian, cyclist, emergency braking, and rain brake support. This Overland also comes with the heads-up display. I'm not sure if you can see that flickering. It's only flickering in the camera, but you have your heads-up display, which is so nice to have. And back in this screen right here, so when you're scrolling through and you go into something called settings, it's gonna show press OK to enter screen setup. You're gonna press right, so then it's gonna show you you're going to be adjusting your heads-up display. So if I press OK, you can see the brightness level on here, the content that you want on there. You can change whatever you want, the map and stuff like that. Display height, how high you want it, how low you want it, and you know, just so much stuff that you can put right in front of you. You don't even have to take your eyes off the road to look down here. It's just right up here. To access your night vision camera, you're gonna go back to this screen here where it shows your speed, and then you're just gonna press the right button. Right here, it's gonna show the night vision camera. This is so cool. I have not seen this on any vehicle right now. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well. So even if you're driving at night, you're gonna see animals crossing, cars crossing. This is so cool to have. And in the center handrest, it's obviously fully leather with the white stitching. Very nice. And then if you open up the first section, you've got a decent amount of room to put like a small phone or a small little tablet or whatever, and you can just tuck it away. If we close that and we open up the main section, you've got a ton more room in here, along with a little ambient light in there. Right in front of that, you've got a ton of piano black pretty much everywhere. It goes all the way from up here all the way down here. Now yes, this will be a finger magnet or fingerprint magnet and dust magnet, but you can't lie, it looks very clean. So if we go ahead and open this, you've got your cup holders, which around here they are illuminated at nighttime. If we move up, there's a bunch of stuff going on in here. First off, you've got your nice looking rotary shift knob. This is so clean. You've got kind of like a nice little pattern here. Again, it looks nice. And then of course you've got your off-road settings. You've got your rock, sand, mud, snow, auto, and sport. You can flick through whatever you need to. And then you've got your air suspension settings here. You can have it at the highest or at the lowest for entry exit purposes. And below that, you've got your hill descent control. You've got your manual neutral button. If you do get stuck in mud or if anything like that and you can't get out, this will help you get out if you do need to get towed out. To the left of that, you've got your 4 low and then a hold button. If you're stopped at like a red light, you can take your foot off the brake and the car's not going to move if you have this turned on. Above all of this, if we go ahead and open up this section here, you've got your wireless charging pad here. This is so convenient to have nowadays, especially if you know you're going on long trips. You just put your phone in there, let it charge, and other people can use all of these USB ports, which are normal ones, Type-C and aux cable, to charge your phones. And then you've got another 12-volt adapter down there. Right above all of this, you've got your heating and cooling controls, which you can control from here or from your touchscreen. This, like I mentioned, has heated and cooled seats on both sides and a heated steering wheel. So nice. And this does have the bigger screen, the 10.1-inch touchscreen, which looks cool. If you haven't checked out my other Grand Cherokee L videos, it's very similar to those. You can do the exact same stuff. So you've got your home button here, which brings you to this screen. You kind of have like a 3 area that you can put different things, your map, other stuff, and one more thing right there. You've got your media here for AM, FM, and Sirius XM. You've got your comfort button here. You can, like I mentioned, control your heating and cooling from here or down here. Because this does have massage seats, you have a button for massage, and you've got a bunch of different controls or, you know, intensity levels that you can choose from. So if I press on right now, you can choose from all of these down here, and then the intensity right there. Same thing goes for the passenger side. And right above that, you've got the rear one right here. So if I press that, you can control the rear climate from here or the control that I showed you in the back. Also, obviously, you've got built-in navigation, which you can use on this screen or in there. Very convenient. You've got your phone set up here if you do need to change anything. Vehicle, if you go into that, you've got different things that you can kind of go through. You can dim your rear view mirror. You can also fold down the 3rd row headrest just by the touch of a button. You've got your surround camera right here. Again, it's a 360 camera with a bunch of different angles. So you've got this angle, this one, and then this one, which is your bottom one, which looks really nice. Again, you can have the front camera as well, you can see. And if we go back into this section here, again, like I was saying, the fam cam. So if I press that, this is the camera that I showed you in the rear 3rd row. You can see everything here, and then kind of like a zoomed in picture of whatever you want to see. So you can just click on different sides and it'll show the different photo there. Very convenient, especially when you have kids in the back. And from here as well, you can choose your forward facing camera and access that, and same thing with your rear view camera. Also, you've got apps over here, a bunch of different things that you can kind of do in here. You've got Alexa and off-road pages that you can select through. Very cool. Also, all of these little things up here are touchable, so if you touch something, it'll bring out a menu and you can fine tune it or do whatever you need to. Right above the screen, you've got your lane departure warning right here, traction control, and then your parking sensors right there. Above all of that, you've got your rear view mirror, which is dimmable, or if you flick this right here, it turns into the digital mirror. Above that, you've got a ton more piano black around here, some space to put your sunshades or whatever you need. Interior lighting, your tailgate open and close from there, assist and SOS. You've got your sunroof settings here, and then your shade right here, because this does have the dual pane panoramic sunroof, which is a must-have. Heading over to the passenger side, of course, again, you've got these beautiful Napa leather seats, which are really nice. You've got more of this nice wood trim that goes everywhere, and then in your glove compartment, you've got a decent amount of room. Not too much, but you've got a decent amount of room to put whatever you need to. And like I've mentioned in my previous videos, you can get the Grand Cherokee L in the Laredo version, Altitude version, the Limited version, the Overland version, the Summit version, and the top of the top Summit Reserve. And as for the window sticker, this is, you can see the window sticker for the 2021 Grand Cherokee L Overland. You can see at the top left here the specs of the vehicle, color, and all of that. And then you've got your safety features and functional features, which are standard equipment that come with all of the Grand Cherokee L's, or whatever it has here depending on the trim level. And then you've got your optional extra stuff that you can add in here. And that's it for this beautiful 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Overland. Let me know in the comments down below if you love it or if you hate it.